Hi, I'm Riley Wilson for Guitar Made Simpler. Let's talk about using one of these today, the pick. Several ways to play guitar with a flat pick. Most people use it for playing single notes, chords, or some combination of the two. And there are a lot of ways you could do this. For example, some players actually pick from the elbow and they move their entire elbow when they play. Johnny Smith, the great jazz guitar player, Mike Elliott also did the same thing, as well as Vinnie Moore. And the idea here is that the wrist is locked and you're picking from the elbow. Let's talk about actually physically holding the pick. For most guitar players, they're going to hold it between the thumb and the side of the first joint of the pick hand, like so. A couple of points. One of them is that most good guitar players playing quickly are not having a whole lot of pick points sticking out. This is wrong. That is correct. I also recommend lining up the nails right underneath the index finger on your picking hand so that the hand's a little bit more secure. And then when you pick from the wrist, the whole motion comes from your wrist, just kind of going back and forth. Some guitar players like Van Halen and Carlos Santana, Pat Metheny, etc., actually hold the pick between the thumb and two fingers. And they're actually picking the pick coming into the guitar at a backwards angle like that, sort of slicing the string. Right? And that also works. One of the good things about holding the pick this way is that the pick is not likely to slide. Finally, some people prefer to do what's called circle picking or oscillated picking, and that's just moving the pick back and forth with the motion of the thumb and the index finger. And the idea is to do a downstroke. The thumb and index finger press forward like that, and then to do the upstroke, they come back the other way. It's almost like drawing curly cues, as Howard Roberts used to say. So these four motions that I see most guitar players use include from the elbow, from the wrist, from the wrist using two fingers, and circle picking. Couple of points. Number one, make sure you make a small motion with the pick, and most times most guitar players are either picking it with the pick angled down like this, or if you're picking with two fingers and the thumb back like that. But picking at an angle helps you to play faster. Make a small motion with the pick. That's a huge deal that we cover in more depth in Guitar Made Simpler. And finally, if you've got a method that works for you and your hands, don't change anything. Keep it the way it is. If you stick with one of these methods for long enough, you're going to come up with a way that works the best for you, for your hands, for your fingers, for the style of playing you're doing, etc. Have fun, and we'll see you next time. I'm Riley Wilson for Guitar Made Simpler.